is Trump is really bringing like the batteries shark thing, sinking boat, like
the shark batteries. Yeah,
the shark
that
battery
was
thing
pretty
was
good.
that's
incredible.
a fucking banger. That's the hit of the summer.
I say, what would happen if the boat sank from its weight and you're in the boat and you have this tremendously powerful battery and the battery's now underwater and there's a shark that's approximately 10 yards over there. By the way, a lot of shark attacks lately. Do you notice that? A lot of shark. So there's a shark 10 yards away from the boat, 10 yards. Or here, do I get electrocuted if the boat is sinking, water goes over the battery, the boat is sinking? Do I stay on top of the boat and get electrocuted? Or do I jump over by the shark and not get electrocuted? Because I will tell you, he didn't know the answer. He said, nobody's ever asked me that question. I said, I think it's a good question. I think there's a lot of electric current coming through that water. But you know what I'd do if there was a shark or you get electrocuted? I'll take electrocution every single time. I'm not getting near the shark.
I love that he's still going in on sharks. It's like his least
hates
favorite
sharks.
thing.
As if he
hates
has
sharks
ever
so
been in the
much.
ocean. This man has never been in the ocean.
That's well, now we know why. He doesn't want to risk it.
I love what the first thing I ever saw him say about sharks, it was like before even the Obama birth certificate stuff. It was before he got into that. It was in like 2009. He was like, back when he was like pretending he like supported universal health care. He was like, sorry folks, I'm just not a fan of sharks. Don't worry about them. They'll be around long after we're gone. Which I thought, what a great line.
Yeah.
I really like it. Yeah.
They were here before, they'll be there after.
I wonder if there's like any evangelicals who like won't vote for him because he said that, because his shark cosmology runs in the face of Revelation.
Sharks have been here exactly as long as humanity has. Don't get it twisted.
And when Christ comes back, they're gone, just like we are.
Yep.
Sharks will not ascend. Sharks will not ascend in the fucking rapture.
I'm into like Unitarian cosmology, where like, there's like a pet heaven and there's like a, like heaven is like a Montessori school, basically. Everyone can get in.
In his recent comments about would he choose to be electrocuted by the battery in a sinking yacht or be potentially killed by a shark, and he said, I'm going with electrocution every time, in one of his many digressions. And by the way, I don't think I'd like what makes those comments even funnier is that he was doing that. He was making those comments at a rally where it was probably 110 degrees outside. So I think like there was at least like 3 fatalities in the audience from heat stroke, because he was like in these endless digressions where he starts talking about sharks and he goes, and he's referring to they, like the shark scientists who want you to believe sharks are friendly. He goes, oh, like just the other week, took a bite out of some young girl, but they say, oh, the sharks, they don't know what they're doing. They thought it was just food, but it wasn't for them. And then they go and they know what they're doing. Like he's bringing it up. Like
people are fooled by big shark.
They're no angels. They're no angels, folks. They sung in the church youth group, but they were out there biting people and we're surfing one over again. And they killed them.
I like to go back to like just general election prognostications. It is, I gun to my head, I have to say that like, yeah, Biden winning the popular vote either very narrowly or not at all, while edging out in the battleground states. That's like if I had to pick right now. But it should, like, the thing that makes this so hard, like I said, is that they are you could not design 2 worse candidates. This is the worst possible case for the Trump candidacy too, even with Biden being as incredibly fucking unpopular as he is, because like, again, there are so many idiotic narratives about 2016 that people love. But the thing that no one wants to admit is that Trump won because independent voters saw him as more moderate than Hillary. That was the only reason he was able to edge out a victory. And that, like, who is going to think that anymore? At least on the independent side. And not only that, he's a known quantity. And there have been 4 years of him talking exclusively about a loss, which is
Yeah.
just like that's poison. And that, not even bringing up like the conviction, which I like obviously for his base doesn't mean anything, but I think it moves a very non-insignificant block of independents. And with Biden, I don't like Woodrow Wilson was more coherent than this at the end. Ronald Reagan was. I just like I cannot. How does this happen? How the fuck does this happen?
Little
How?
thing. It's what happens when too many Rubicons are crossed. Okay.
Yeah.
These rivers
Yeah.
are everywhere. We're crossing them willy nilly, and now we're in the real terminal stages of empire. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you see a Rubicon, just leave it alone.